Hello and welcome to another episode of the Mad Gear and Friends. This is going to be part one of the Steam Summer Sale showcase, where I'm basically just going to be going through all the various things I've picked up in Steam Summer Sale. So to start off, we have Awesomenauts. This is a MOBA. It's a multiplayer online battle arena, so, you know, in the vein of things like League of Legends, Dota 2, but it's based on slightly more comedic, slightly more cartoonish, and yeah, kind of, well, I suppose less serious way than games which can be quite a bit more competitive. So yeah, here we go, a bit of Awesomenauts. Going to see a bit of gameplay. I'm playing as, I believe it's called Leon, or Leon. He's got a French accent, so it's probably Leon the Chameleon, as he says it. I'm playing as a kind of assassin-y type character, which you can see with, I can drop a decoy, and my other ability is tongue grab thing, you know, obviously. I don't know if I can actually get this guy here. No, apparently not. Awesomenauts has got quite a few different characters. I may be completely making this number up, but I think it's about 16. As I say, could be completely wrong. I haven't actually unlocked that many of them yet. You've got Leon, who the enemy have also got one of. Then you've got other characters. You've got people like Clunk, who isn't in this game. That's a big kind of tanky character. You've got Voltar, who basically works by popping off loads of drones of various kinds and using them against the enemy and to support his team. Who else do we have? You've got Lone Star, Froggy G. I just got smooched. Here's your spawn, which is quite fun. The basic idea behind, well, story idea, is that big corporate war going on, and the Awesomenauts are top mercenaries. That's basically it. The essential premise. And so you play as various characters trying to take out the, you know, as you can see, you've got lanes, turrets, with, yeah, 3 turrets per team, variety of maps, and at the end of it you're just trying to destroy their drill, which is drilling for some rare material, which is basically what the whole war's about. You get your little bots to help you out. You got your 2 powers, and you can buy various upgrades for those powers and for your own just kind of natural abilities. This map features the worm you saw earlier, which adds quite an interesting dimension to it, but all of the map verticality, which adds a real, well, different dynamic to a lot of, because most MOBAs work purely on straight lanes. You know, you move up along the lane, you fight at the tower, team fight, push towers and so on, whereas with the vertical elements, that just then you saw the ability to teleport back to base. Much like League of Legends, there is no courier, as in Dota, in Awesomenauts, and you instead get the ability to freely teleport back to base. It takes a couple of seconds to channel this ability, but, you know, it means that you can go back and buy your upgrades. So yeah, as I was saying, you can freely move up and down rather than just along the lanes. You've got little hide spots. You've got, it also works on rather than healing potions or anything you carry on your person. There are various, you might see one here actually, no I'm not going to draw down, health bubbles floating around which restore lots of health, or there are creatures you can kill, not the regular bots, but yeah, here we go, these little things you can kill for smaller amounts of health than the big health bubbles give you. I don't think I did very well this game, but you also have interesting environmentals like, there we go, the worm, which can obviously be used against the enemy team, as you will no doubt see me do later. And it's, yeah, I mean, I've been enjoying the game. I can't, you know, coming in a bit late to the party, but fortunately the fact that it's gone on sale means that it's kind of obviously boosted the numbers here. It's slightly different from, well, I mean, my MOBA of choice is Dota 2, which has quite a lot of differences in, not only in tone, in that Awesomenauts is a lot more kind of comedic and kind of almost, well, I suppose it's more casual friendly. Like, the same techniques apply and so on, but there's not as much of a serious tone to it and not so much competitive pressure. But it's got, I mean, oh, there we go, there goes the one. It's definitely worth checking out. I mean, just the games tend to not run for horrendously long, and the environmental aspects add a lot more to it than just doing the same map over and over again as in Dota 2, which is fine in that the game itself is differentiated by the heroes and the teams and so on, but it's quite fun to be able to go into a map and go, okay, well, as in this map, okay, this time I've got this worm to use for me. You know, in other maps you'll have different things. You know, there are like there's a map where there's an area with different gravity to the majority of the map, so you get different things like that. Pop the decoy. And yeah, though this is, you know, balanced out to some degree by the fact that you don't have as many characters as other MOBAs. You know, as I said, the number that's in my head is about 16. You know, it could be more, could be less than that. I'm not entirely sure, but it's definitely, it's relatively low compared to something like the over 100 characters in Dota 2. It's, you know, they're all fairly varied, and as you can see on here on the shop screen, there's quite a lot they can each get. But there is the issue then that, you know, you can, well, I mean, you have to unlock the characters, which is a different thing as well. As you level up, you unlock more things, which adds an interesting element, obviously, in that you have to get better to play better characters. Well, better, I say. But so yeah, the character diversity. I mean, they're fairly diverse characters, but it means that you're not gonna. There's a likelihood that if you play 5 games, you know, you're gonna get some persistent characters. Whereas, I mean, I suppose it's true of all MOBAs. There's always favourites, but it's particularly true of something like this, where you have a fairly small roster. Particularly if you're playing at a similar level to yourself. Here we go. There we go. And that's how you use that. Pick up that solar. Solar's the equivalent of gold, you know, it's the money. It's what the drills are digging for, actually, that's what it is. So yeah, I mean, I've played a couple of games of Leon, one of Voltar, I think one of Clunk, and a little bit of Lone Star. But yeah, Leon I've done most of. I quite like him as a character, but you know, it's quite fun going around kind of assassinating people. Only problem is that he's not. Well, I mean, he's an assassin character, but it can actually be quite hard to assassinate people, especially if you experience any kind of slowing down early on. So, as you can see, I mean, in this game particularly, I was often out-leveled by the enemy team, which made it distinctly harder to try and assassinate them. But Voltar's quite an interesting one. He's the pretty sure that's his name. He's something like Voltar. He's the drone guy being played by the charmingly named Dilbo Faggins. There goes another worm kill. And he basically works by well, he's got aggressive and defensive drones, and he just uses those against the enemy in various ways. He can heal his team, or he can just, as he's doing here, hurl loads of little explosive little drones at me. As you've probably also noticed, you can have more than one of the same character. Not on your team, but as far as I'm aware. But yeah, as you can see, the enemy I'm playing Leon, the enemy team's got a Leon character, so you get a bit of interesting element in that obviously you're playing yourself to a degree. And then you get the weird little ones, like, no idea of the name of the character, but this Raushim guy, can't really read his name. That's Lone Star is the cowboy. Yeah, he's pretty much cowboy. Works on, uses explosives and crap like that. Throws a lot of dynamite around. And here I am, about to get assassinated. There's nothing that really. An advantage I would say that Leon has is, unlike in other MOBAs, there's no counter to his invis, or not that I've come across as yet. So, to go back to Dota 2 once again, if you have an enemy invisible character, you can buy Dust of Appearance, which shows you where they are, if they're near you. With Leon, if you manage to invis away properly, then you're pretty much safe. You know, you can still get caught in the fire from various things if they get it off before you decoy fully, but oh. You tend not to just get found. Nothing. The problem with him though is the bleeding tongue grab, which is, and there I go. Fine when you've got a very clear line to them, but even then it's not the most accurate of attacks, which can be somewhat of a problem when you're trying to, you know, catch someone. And I mean, obviously it could just be that I'm not very good at it, but I feel like it's an ability that's not the easiest to use. I'm sure it's a bit of a practice thing, it's a bit of a skill shot thing, but you've also got to judge the distance away. Yeah, you can see it welcomes you to the world, tells you of environmental effects like tremor worms, as you warned of, which essentially seem to be the Sarlacc from Star Wars. You got your lovely little soundtrack that goes on in the background, and yeah, then you just, you know, keep on fighting. So I will now, yeah. Let's see if I get away with this. Definitely don't. Don't know why I thought I was going to win that. Range is a real problem in this game, is something I'd say. As you probably saw there, the guy chasing me, Froggy G, he was firing his gun and it was barely, the shots barely passed from where he was. Leon's tongue grab, you specifically have to upgrade so it fires further, but even then it's relatively limited. I think I'm probably going to go down here. Or maybe not. But you do have to, so it's somewhat of a difficulty in that you can't just stand back and kind of, you know, hurl long range shots. You do actually have to get quite close There you go. Can I avenge him? Probably not. Oh, this is probably going to be a bit of a tongue grab. Fail. Oh, no. Yeah, missed the tongue grab. And once he's past the tower, safely away. So, there are difficulties. I say so far. The real attraction is just that it's a MOBA that doesn't require an incredible amount of tension and bickering with the rest of the community. So yeah, there's your tagline. It's a MOBA without as many dicks. So yeah, enjoy watching a bit more of Awesomenauts.
Your team is in the enemy base. Red team dominates. Five, Your turret is destroyed. The enemy is in your base. Your base is under attack. Five, four, three, two, one. Blast off.
Ah, it's moi, Léon, jamais Léon. Oh, magnifique!
Your base is under attack. Five, four, three, two, one. Blast off. Your base is heavily damaged.
Alright, well that is that. That was Awesomenauts, which probably isn't on sale anymore, but I do believe it's still fairly cheap. I hope you enjoyed watching. I've got a load more games which I'm going to be bringing up from the same summer sale, so I hope you'll come back for the next one. Thanks for watching.